Well, if we're on the topic of Bray Wyatt, then of course this man is going to throw his name into the mix. It is the one, the only, John Cena. No disrespect intended, Sting, but I don't think you're giving me enough credit. At Survivor Series, Bray might have defeated me, but he damn sure hasn't conquered me. I know that normally people can't see me, but today they can, and they can see that I'm still standing. My fight against the Wyatts isn't over by a long shot, Jack. So it seems like you and I have got a bit of a problem. I want to fight Bray Wyatt, and you want to fight Bray Wyatt. But I don't want to fight you, and I'm pretty sure you don't want to fight me either. With that being said, I've got a proposition for you. Instead of fighting each other over this, how about we join forces to fight the Wyatts together? What do you say? Well, what is Sting gonna say? Sting has accepted. We are looking. Oh, wait. Well, the lights are out, and we all know what this means. You hear the music playing. Eric Rowan and Luke Harper of the Wyatt family are making their way into this arena. But, I mean, let's talk about John Cena and Sting. They are joining forces. But it looks like Eric Rowan and Luke Harper are out here to spoil the party. Although we do have a match scheduled. Luke Harper is going to be going one-on-one with John Cena. But these two men, they didn't give any time for celebration. These two men just coming down to the ring and cutting off the party before it can even begin. Harper and Rowan, former tag team champions, the longest reigning tag team champions, at 192 days before they dropped the belts to the Ascension at Over the Limit. But ever since then, the Wyatt family, they have taken on almost a new form. Bray Wyatt, he has really come out of the shadows, and he has taken, I mean, you've seen what Bray Wyatt has done. Taking the fight to Roman Reigns, John Cena. I mean, hell, John Cena was out of action for well over a month, thanks to, and you have to give a bit of an assist to Brock Lesnar for that as well. But Bray Wyatt, I mean, just the sort of mental damage that he was able to do to John Cena that kept him on the shelf perhaps a little longer than would have been necessary, because we know John Cena, the man is built like a tank. He can recover from a 12-month injury in about, I don't know, 5 months? I mean, I don't know what this man is made of, but clearly he would have been able to recover from the beating he took at the hands of Brock Lesnar a bit quicker than he normally would have, but I mean, we saw a Survivor Series. John Cena, this is not the same John Cena we've seen in the past. As you see right now, just pummeling Luke Harper right here. This is not the same John Cena that we've been used to seeing. This is a much more aggressive John Cena. As look at this. I mean, you see it. We saw it on Main Event against Titus O'Neil. We saw it at Survivor Series against Bray Wyatt. We're seeing it tonight against Luke Harper. John Cena, he is a man on a mission. And he will not stop until he gets another shot at Bray Wyatt, a spine buster from Luke Harper. As we've seen in the past, Luke Harper is quite the formidable opponent himself. Roman Reigns couldn't even defeat Luke Harper. I mean, that's why Luke Harper and Eric Rowan were tag team champions for as long as they were. I mean, you think about it, these two men on their own are pretty destructive, but you combine them. Oh man, who really would be able to stop them? As you see right now, the patented gator roll by Luke Harper, just looking to wear Cena down, keep him down on the mat. That is a very smart strategy from Harper. John Cena, you'd have to say he's got the power advantage, as he does in most of his matchups. But Luke Harper, you know, he may not have the power advantage over John Cena, but I'd have to give Harper the speed advantage and just the overall explosiveness that he possesses. I mean, this is a man, you look at him, might be the size of like a Kane or almost a Big Show. But Luke Harper, he's not afraid to fly. Much like Kevin Owens in the fact that he is willing to throw himself in harm's way for the sake of the family. Whether it's winning a match here or protecting Bray Wyatt there, it doesn't matter. Luke Harper will put his body on the line, and he doesn't care. Kevin Owens, you know, he might do it in more of a desperate situation to try to... I mean, Kevin Owens, and trying to compare Kevin Owens and Luke Harper is like trying to compare ketchup and peanut butter. They're two completely different things, although they might be used for something... You know what, we're just going to drop that right there. I'm not even going to continue with that, because Luke Harper... I mean, everybody in the Wyatt family is crazy, man. Not just Harper, not just Wyatt, not just Rowan. All of them. So in that regard, they're a perfect match for each other. I can understand how these three men managed to come together and form this destructive faction that we call the Wyatt family. But right now, John Cena just getting tossed around by Luke Harper. Cena really struggling to get any offense in. As Harper, a second exploder suplex. John Cena just getting tossed around like a rag doll. As you see, Sting is here at ringside, but for John Cena, I don't think he wants Sting to get involved in this matchup. Sting's probably just there to see, okay, Cena, you want to work with me. Well, let's see what you're made of. Let's see what you can do. Because John Cena, he hasn't quite been as successful since he's encountered Bray Wyatt. It's just something in Cena has sort of snapped. He hasn't, I mean, think about it. Ever since Night of Champions, well, I should not say Night of Champions, but I mean, Cena's been on a bit of a losing streak as of late. He lost to Titus O'Neil on Main Event. He lost to Bray Wyatt at Survivor Series. Cena, he's been off his game as of late. So it's only, you know, it makes sense that Sting would be out here to kind of question John Cena's alliance. Maybe if Cena doesn't impress him tonight, perhaps this alliance could be at a rough start from the get-go. But right now, Cena is turning things around. Luke Harper in a bit of trouble. As John Cena, look at the strength, sit out, powerbomb, and the shoulders are down. 2. No, Harper kicks out at 2. And there's Eric Rowan. There's the numbers game that the Wyatt family brings to the table. As you see, Sting not really lifting a hand to help Cena at the moment. And as a result, John Cena, he's going to pay the price. As you hear Luke Harper, this is a very bizarre individual, this Luke Harper. As Cena whipped off the ropes. Oh, and a clothesline by Harper. Eric Rowan, of course, this is the risk you always run in a match against the Wyatt family, that numbers advantage. As now Luke Harper taking the fight to John Cena with that face buster. It's tough enough to beat Luke Harper one-on-one, but then you throw Eric Rowan into the mix. Well, all I can say is good luck to Cena. But perhaps Cena doesn't need my luck. He's still hanging in there. Is Luke Harper a bit of disbelief, but Harper's not done by a long shot. Michinoku driver. And the leg is hooked. 1, 2. No. Just a 2. Big left hook there from Luke Harper. And this time, Cena blocks it. Counters back with a forearm of his own. And John Cena unloading with a flurry of strikes. Luke Harper into the turnbuckle he goes. And a huge clothesline by John Cena. Cena just crushing the wind out of Luke Harper with that clothesline, but he's not done yet. Into the second corner. And another clothesline by the face that runs the place. Could Cena be looking to four-corner him? No, instead a knee lift. Harper sent sprawling to the floor. John Cena from the top rope. Leg drop to the back of the head. It's very rare that we see John Cena take those kind of risks. But he does it right here, and it could be enough to put Harper away. No! Kick out again from Harper. John Cena arguing with the referee there, and oh, there's Rowan again. Referee, somebody. You see Sting again not lifting a hand to help. Sting, he's gonna let Cena play this one out as long as he can. And I'm sure that's what Cena would want as well. Cena, he wants to take out the Wyatt family on his own. And I'm sure only if he, really as a last resort, will he ask Sting for help. But I mean, this referee, how much longer is he gonna let Eric Rowan get away with this type of behavior? We know John Cena is glutton for punishment. He can take a lot of it. But, you know, eventually something's got to snap. And Harper's going to get that 3 count. John Cena sending Harper off the ropes. He's got him. Facebuster! John Cena continues to tap into that always developing arsenal of moves. An entire career of evolving has kept John Cena at the top, and he continues to do so. But this move right here always remains a classic. The 5-knuckle shuffle. And Luke Harper's been busted open. Luke Harper is bleeding from the skull. Rowan is trying to argue with the referee, trying to distract him. But John Cena is laser focused on his target. Attitude adjustment. And the hook of the leg on Harper. He's done it. 2. No! Eric Rowan has grabbed the leg of the referee to break the count. Well, come on. I mean, surely Rowan's not going to get away with this. And look at this, Sting! Sting he's not going to sit back anymore. Sting attacking Eric Rowan. And it's about time this man got involved. Sting, he gave Cena as much time as he needed. But finally, Sting couldn't take it anymore. And he's got Rowan for a tombstone pile driver. Out onto the floor, no less. Sting, he's about to tear Eric Rowan apart. Eric Rowan trying to stumble back to his feet, but that's not where he wants to be. Sting spins him around and drops him with a scorpion death drop. John Cena back in the ring, looking for an attitude adjustment, but it's countered by Harper. Harper, the knee lift. Oh, and the discus clothesline connects. He nearly decapitated John Cena. Harper hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. Luke Harper has picked up the win over John Cena. Give a huge assist to Eric Rowan on that one. Cena had this match won. But thanks to the distraction, Luke Harper was able to recover his wits and absolutely drill John Cena with that discus clothesline. And as a result, Luke Harper gets yet another victory for the Wyatt family. Their dominance, their stranglehold over the SmackDown roster continues to grow stronger and stronger. Luke Harper. I mean, you see, just look at the look in this man's eyes. Harper busted open, but he almost seems to enjoy it. Well, we're going to move on now to the second matchup of the evening. As you see, one half of the Lucha Dragons, the man who, on the last episode of Main Event, was on the losing effort against the Vaudevillains with a chance to qualify for the Tag Team Gauntlet at Fastlane. So now Kalisto, he's out here by himself tonight. He's set for singles action against the #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship. It is Kalisto versus Chris Jericho, and it's up next on Thursday Night SmackDown. Are you excited? Kalisto's fired up. I'm excited because every time this man Kalisto is in the ring, you know you're gonna see a hell of a performance. Whether it's singles action or tag team competition, Kalisto is gonna steal the show. But Chris Jericho tonight, we know Chris Jericho has, well, as of late, Chris Jericho seems to have taken a real disliking to all newcomers to the roster. Basically, anybody who could take his spot, Chris Jericho, he's got a bone to pick with them. Whether it's Stardust, Adrian Neville, Darren Young, Kalisto, Colin Cassidy, it doesn't matter. Chris Jericho hates them all. And if he has anything to say about it, Chris Jericho will defeat them all. Man, I would hate to see this man become Intercontinental Champion. Though as much as Chris Jericho would like to boast that he's the best thing going today, that is, well, just looking at his past pay-per-view record, that is very much the opposite of being true. That was a weird way to phrase it, but anyways, Chris Jericho, his pay-per-view record is less than stellar, to put it lightly. I mean, his first pay-per-view victory came at Battleground, which was his most recent pay-per-view appearance, so perhaps the tables truly have turned for Chris Jericho. That victory over Neville really did snap that losing streak of his, but regardless, Chris Jericho, on pay-per-view, his record stands at, well, a very much so less than impressive 1-4. And that was, I mean, thinking about it, Chris Jericho was one of the originals here in Universe Mode. He's had 5 pay-per-view appearances over the course of his career, but he's only won one of those 5 matches. Whereas Kalisto, he only just made his pay-per-view debut at Survivor Series, and though he may have lost, he came pretty close to winning those tag team championships from Finn Balor and Hideo Itami, as Kalisto, the splash to Jericho, hooks the leg. Kick out before the 2 count by Chris Jericho. But Kalisto, I mean, the last time we saw him compete in singles action, it was against the Intercontinental Champion Titus O'Neil in his Intercontinental Championship Open Challenge. And as we all know, it was Titus O'Neil who won the matchup on that night. But Kalisto really pushed the Intercontinental Champion to his limit. And now tonight he's going one-on-one with the new #1 contender for that title. So Jericho, he's got to watch himself. Kalisto could play the role of spoiler and just completely bring Chris Jericho's momentum to a crashing halt as he delivers the kick right to the back of Y2J. The human pinball Kalisto has just really won the hearts of many of the WWE Universe since his debut. As you see right now, because of moves like that, the head scissors and then a kip up by Kalisto, and this crowd is loving it. Kalisto going in. No, a counter by Jericho. With that elbow to the side of the head. And there's a knife edge chop. Well, somebody putting up a Luke Harper sign. You're a bit late, guy. He was in the last matchup. Pay attention to what's going on. Anyways, Chris Jericho with the knife edge chop. Another one to Kalisto's chest. And following it up with another kick to the back, to the spine of Kalisto. And Jericho whipping Kalisto into the corner. Delivers the forearm to the face. Jericho off the ropes. Bulldog to a stunned Kalisto. And Jericho, lateral press. 2. No. Kalisto just gets the shoulder up. Maybe if Jericho had hooked the leg, he might have had the 3 count. But nobody hooks the leg anymore, do they? I mean, Luke Harper did, and he won the match. Chris Jericho, maybe if you had hooked the darn leg, which is what I'm always telling people to do, but nobody listens to the commentator, because I don't have wrestling experience, but that doesn't mean that I don't have an opinion. Chris Jericho, well, don't actually tell him I said that. He would probably break my spine with the walls of Jericho. Oh my goodness, Kalisto! He's got to get me to focus back on the matchup, and that's one thing Kalisto can do, is get your attention, but he can't get the 3 count just yet because Jericho survives. the springboard moonsault. Almost like an even more high-risk version of the lionsault. I'm sure Jericho will not take too kindly to that. Kalisto outperforming one of Jericho's own moves, using it against him. As Kalisto springs to the top rope. Oh, but Jericho, with a knife edge chop, nearly chopped him in the face. But Kalisto the counter. Look at, oh! I think he was going for like a seated senton. And he caught Chris Jericho, but a very awkward landing for Kalisto as well. That's the problem with Kalisto's style of offense, is it is very self-inflicting. And Kalisto, well, now it looks like it's going to cost him. Jericho the cover. 2. No. Kalisto kicks out again, and Jericho, he's just doing this to spite me at this point. Yet again, he didn't hook the leg. Well, Jericho again. Powerbomb for the second time, and this time bridging into the pin. 2. No. Kalisto the kick out. But Jericho right now, he's got the upper hand on Kalisto. This time he hits the DDT. And to great effect. Jericho dragging Kalisto to the center of the ring. Drops the elbow right into the heart of Kalisto. And now Jericho. Look at the disrespect. Look at the arrogance of this man, Chris Jericho. Absolutely disgusting. Jericho tossing Kalisto into the turnbuckle. And he's going to send Kalisto to the outside, but Kalisto hangs on. But Chris Jericho, the springboard dropkick. And Kalisto crashing out to the floor. Chris Jericho. I mean, just look at the cockiness. He might be able to back it up, but still, nonetheless. Why does Jericho have to be so damn arrogant? Now a clothesline off the apron. And Jericho showing that he can do some high-flying moves as well. Kalisto's not the only one. As he tosses him off the barricade, now back into the ring. Big boot to the side of the skull. And Chris Jericho, he's got Kalisto on Dream Street. Jericho could just be sizing him up for the kill. As Kalisto whipped off the ropes. Here's Jericho with a reverse elbow. And Jericho picking him up again. He's going to send him off the ropes yet again. Jericho, another reverse elbow. And it almost seems like he's just toying with Kalisto at this point. What's next? Another reverse elbow. He ducks underneath. No, this time. Kalisto the counter. A nice jawbreaker that stuns him. And now the crucifix. Shoulders are down. 1, 2, 3. Oh, nearly the 3. But not quite. Kalisto the kick to the gut. Jericho. Look at this. He's taken down. Sunset flip by Kalisto. 1, 2. No. The referee a little slow to get to the count there. That might have been what cost Kalisto. But the double knees to the shoulders. Kalisto keeping on the offensive. He's not letting the 2 count discourage him. Instead, he's continuing the attack. As he rolls through, into the kick. Vintage Kalisto. And Jericho never saw it coming. Kalisto hooks the leg. Victory could be at hand. But it is not. Jericho defiantly kicks out at 2. But one thing's for sure, the momentum is all Kalisto at the moment. As he tosses Jericho to the corner. Kalisto walking the ropes. Springboard. Hurricanrana. And Jericho goes down. Kalisto. He's looking perhaps to go for the kill. As he goes over the top. Now scaling to the top rope. Springing up there like a cat. But you can see he's a little wobbly. And no! Codebreaker out of midair. Jericho caught Kalisto. 1, 2, 3. Just like that. Chris Jericho turns the match around and he puts Kalisto away. We saw Kalisto was a little groggy getting to that top rope. And just that split second gave Jericho the opening to catch him with that codebreaker. And it was lights out for one half of the Lucha Dragons. Chris Jericho like it or not, he wins yet again. And it is time for our main event here in Miami, as the Beast Incarnate Brock Lesnar, the #1 contender for the WWE Championship, is going to be going one-on-one with one of his opponents from the Survivor Series triple threat matchup. The man not involved in the decision, and the King of the Ring winner, Titus O'Neil. Titus O'Neil we saw on main event last week. He picked up a strong victory over John Cena, and now he's got a tag team championship #1 contenders gauntlet to worry about at Fastlane, with the potential of him joining forces with his former best friend, his former nemesis, Darren Young. But we'll have to see. Titus O'Neil, he's got to put that in the back of his mind right now. Because right now, he has to be 100% focused on the man who approaches the ring, the Beast Incarnate, and the former WWE Heavyweight Champion of the world. Eat, sleep, conquer, repeat. Brock Lesnar is here. And Brock Lesnar is ready to conquer. Suplex City has a vacancy, and Brock Lesnar is looking to give Titus O'Neil some first-class tickets. Kevin Owens, you better be watching this matchup tonight, because here is your #1 contender right there. It's unfortunate that Titus O'Neil really got pushed to the side in this whole situation, but that's just the damn Kevin Owens factor. It was supposed to be Titus O'Neil versus Brock Lesnar one-on-one at Survivor Series, but Kevin Owens managed to weasel his way in, and as a result, Owens was the man who walked out with the title. Not Brock, not Titus, but Kevin damn Owens. And now Kevin Owens, he's got the front row seat, and he's got the top spot heading into Fastlane. So all he has to do is just watch as his two opponents from Survivor Series tear each other apart. This is a good opportunity tonight for Kevin Owens to scout out Brock Lesnar. Titus O'Neil, this is an opportunity for him to finally get the matchup that he should have gotten at Survivor Series. We'll see if Titus O'Neil can defeat Brock Lesnar one-on-one. And if he could, well, you never know. We could be looking at another triple threat at Fastlane. Titus might be working double duty. I mean, honestly, Titus O'Neil, he deserved better than what he got. Kevin Owens should not have been able to weasel his way into that title match. Oh my God, what a DDT! That was like a Jake the Snake Roberts DDT. Titus O'Neil, if that were any other man, that would have been a 3 count right there. But this is Brock Lesnar we're talking about here. And unfortunately for anybody in that locker room, Brock Lesnar is not a normal man. He will take a DDT like that, he will sit up, and he will laugh in your face and ask for another one. As you see right now, Titus O'Neil, he is keeping on the attack. He's not letting Brock Lesnar compose himself, but it doesn't matter. Lesnar counters regardless. And now Brock Lesnar hammering away on the face of Titus O'Neil, looking to inflict it back. As he picks the real deal up to his feet. And here we go. #1 of the matchup, German suplex. #1. And Brock Lesnar showing his muscles. Showing that there's much more left where that came from. Second German suplex on the way. As you see Brock Lesnar doing that, what do you call that? Like, what kind of dance is that he's doing? He's just keeping himself loose, but what do we even call that? Well, it looks as though we're going to stop at 2, because Titus O'Neil countered the German and instead takes Brock Lesnar down with a backbreaker. Lesnar tossed into the corner. Titus O'Neil. Look at these vicious elbows right into the side of Lesnar's skull. Titus now, and he hooks the leg because he's a smart man. But even so, Lesnar kicks out, so You know what? Just forget it. Forget anything about hooking the leg. Really, what do I know? Well, I know right now that Titus O'Neil's in trouble. After the third German suplex like that, Brock Lesnar, he's just getting started. Titus O'Neil whipped into the corner as Brock Lesnar continues to go to work. Up on his shoulders, snake eyes from Brock Lesnar. And here we go again. German suplex. But he's keeping it hooked this time. German suplex. And German suplex number 6. Brock Lesnar could have put Titus O'Neil away with those. But he doesn't. Titus kicks out before the 3 count. The trifecta of German suplexes is not enough. And that's one thing we can expect from Titus O'Neil. He will take your punishment, and he will throw it back in your face. Another German, and another kick out. How many suplexes will it take to keep Titus O'Neil down? Well, it's going to take more than that because Titus still able to fight back. And now he's got both arms hooked. Brock going up. Pump handle power slam from Titus O'Neil. The leg is hooked. 1, 2, no! A near fall for Titus, but he's getting closer. That pump handle power slam has given Titus the second win he needs. You can see he's in pain, but he's powering on regardless. Lesnar up on that top rope. Could be dangerous. Lesnar, he's up top, but he's not going to risk it. Lesnar, he's had a very bad experience with flying off the top rope in the past, but that slow descent is going to cost him. A powerbomb by Titus. The shoulders are down. 2, 3. Oh, no. I was hoping for the 3, but we didn't get it. Lesnar, his fear of heights nearly cost him, but he's back at it with a German suplex. I believe we're at 8. 8 German suplexes from the Beast Incarnate. I'm still waiting on that suplex counter. I don't know when our tech department is going to get that in the works, but maybe someday. Brock Lesnar off the 9th German suplex. Perhaps we should start a powerbomb counter while we're at it. There's a second. And Lesnar nails the trifecta once again. Hooks the leg once more. 1, 2. No. Like I said, Titus O'Neil will take your punishment. And he'll take it like a man, but he will not go down that easily. Lesnar, the 10th German suplex. And at this point, Lesnar's getting frustrated. Lesnar's thinking to himself, just how many suplexes do I gotta hit this man with to put him down for 3 seconds? 20, 30, 100. Well, we're not quite that far just yet. But Lesnar setting him up for another one, but Titus the counter. And that's the problem with Lesnar's kind of offense. It's so one-dimensional that it can easily be reversed. I mean, Titus, he knows what to expect. And then he hit back with that electric chair. Titus to the top rope. Elbow drop. It's very rare that we see O'Neil to the top rope, but he goes again. 1 elbow's not enough. A second elbow drop. And you've got to be kidding me. He's going for a 3rd. He's channeling some Darren Young right here. To the top again. 3rd elbow drop on the way. Can he get the 3 seconds? 1, 2. Damn it, no. Lesnar kicks out again. I mean, Titus O'Neil, with everything he's been through, the least he could get is a victory tonight. It's easier said than done, but, I mean, right now, he's got Lesnar reeling. Brock. You can see he's staggering, but he's still able to punch back. But Titus the counter. Titus, punches of his own. Look at Titus O'Neil and Lesnar. Back and forth these two men go, trading strikes. The crowd is on their feet. These two men are just tearing each other apart there. You see Lesnar swinging at nothing. He's not quite sure of where he is. Titus counters with a boot. Titus O'Neil! He's got Brock! Clash of the Titus! Clash of the Titus. This crowd is on their feet. Titus has done it. 1, 2. No! Brock Lesnar, how did he... I mean, like he just took the air out of this entire arena with that kick out. This crowd was sure that Titus O'Neil had the win at hand. But he did not. And now Titus has got to be thinking to himself, well, what is it going to take? What more do I have to hit him with? Well, Titus, he's not going to have too much time to think about it because Brock Lesnar is stirring. Titus, looking to take another risk. To the top rope yet again. Brock Lesnar stumbles to his feet. Here's Titus. No! He got caught. He got caught by Brock Lesnar. And Brock, F5. And F5 to Titus O'Neil. Oh, and you just see the hatred in his eyes. He is going to make sure that he's going to make sure that Titus does not kick out. A second F5. And that's got to be it. 1, 2, 3, and it is. But give tremendous credit to Titus O'Neil. I mean, just the fact alone that Brock Lesnar felt the need to go for the second F5 is a testament to the endurance of Titus O'Neil. But at the end of the day, Brock Lesnar has more left in the tank. Brock Lesnar, your #1 contender, stands tall tonight. Kevin Owens, are you watching? Well, if you are, that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you all for watching this edition. And until next time, keep on YouTubing.